So I've been thinking about like how exactly do I create a cinematic vlog, something that's beautiful to look at without overdoing it. And I think this is a good first step, but I need to find a location that's just a little bit more suitable because I think this could be just a bit too loud and too disruptive. So this is much better. It's not perfect. There's a little activity, but this is life. It is cinematic, but even better, it's close to home. Meaning I've identified this location, I can show up again and again, and I can film. And I'm glad that we're under cloud cover. The light's not quite so harsh. And another thing I'm really striving to do today is to get it done, to come up with a concept early in the morning, come up with a few thoughts and ideas, and get out and shoot. So when I started, I got to the location, Golden, Colorado, shot a bunch of B-roll that you've seen, and now I can go through and I can do talking head segments, and hopefully it's just quiet enough where it sounds just fine, it looks visually interesting. And again, I'm really digging this location because I think it's going to give me an opportunity to get out, to explore, to practice cinematography. And I mean, I think that's the thing that's so very important. I mean, if you want to be more cinematic, then practice. Use your camera, use your phone, use whatever you got, but get out and shoot. Now, this entire idea of doing it in a single day comes from a personal experience I had just several weeks ago where I was out on a road trip. It was amazing for 2 weeks, but when I got back, the amount of footage really made it challenging and overwhelming, and that's why I really enjoy this idea of keeping it simple, having a place to start. Like if you're wondering about how to make this kind of thing happen, I love this particular idea because again, it's manageable. And one of the things I'm excited about is I know as I film in locations more and more, I become more comfortable, giving me more confidence on camera, which of course is absolutely key. And again, accessibility is so very important. Like I get so excited about driving for miles and finding old abandoned churches, but at the end of the day, what's really important is not the backdrop like an old church, but the message being shared and being able to share the message and create the message and make the video and more. This is absolutely fantastic. So one of the things I like to do is really enable rule of thirds grid. Now, this is something you can turn on with your camera, you can turn it on with iPhone. It's really just overlaying the rule of thirds grid and then to line up my subject in one of the thirds, the left third, the right third, and so on. And now I'm lined up in the third. It looks pretty nice, pretty symmetrical. I love that I have this kind of railing I can lean on. Creates a nice shot, and it's raining and it's sunny, and that's why we're rocking auto white balance today. I'm gonna walk really slow, babe, because we're trying to get some smooth footage. That's one of the things you want to think about. Walking is something you want to be really careful with when we talk about B-roll, which, listen, if this intimidates you, like the whole idea of vlogging, putting yourself out there, this next segment is awesome. It's a lot of fun, and you don't have to be in the shot. Wicked. So it is a little bit more noisy here with the creek, but hopefully it's not too bad. And I absolutely love the fact that we have these runners coming through. This is perfect, babe. This is, get it, babe, cinematic with the runners. There we go. This is what we do. And you just want to be, wow, it's a little bouncy. You want to be ready to go and capture what's available at any time. And again, I'm sorry about the bounce, but it is what it is. And we're just out here making it happen live because it's a vlog, it's live. But how do you exactly shoot that B-roll that's going to look awesome? It's really simple. When you see something beautiful and pretty, point your phone at it, point your camera at it, and let it rip. One of the things I do try to do is tell a story. Where am I located? Grab a really wide establishing shot, get a little bit closer, grab a medium shot, and then come in and so on. And the more shots you get, the more options and opportunity you have, and the more likely you can create something you're really proud of, and it's visually interesting to look at. So many of the clips that I film, I never really include in my videos, but again, the more you take, the better off you're going to be. And this is another shot I really love. We have the beautiful white flowering trees, but we also have these trees here that are in the foreground. Maria's kind of pushing past them. They're a bit out of focus, creating a dynamic movement and a beautiful frame. It's called dirtying the frame with a foreground subject. Grass, fantastic. The tree branches really works well. And again, most of these tips, in fact, I think all of them you can use with a phone, a camera, it doesn't matter. It's much more about understanding what makes something cinematic, beautiful to look at, and also accessible. And this is another location I absolutely love. We've got this beautiful fence, creates beautiful leading lines. It's just pleasing to look at. We have the nice greenery. It's springtime. What's not to love? But if you look over just to your left, we're literally right next to a path. So you can find these little nooks and little areas in a city park that makes beautiful cinematic vlogging a reality. What do you think? Another thing that I really love is we've got this soft diffused light. I'm backlit. It always makes such a pleasing shot. And one of the things I see again and again when people talk about cinematic is being backlit, because it oftentimes creates a bit of a what would you say, kind of a rim light. A rim light is the term I'm looking for. Fantastic. And I absolutely love this look too. It's so symmetrical, all these incredible leading lines. One of the things that I really dig is the fact that it just gives the shot structure and balance. And you know, the thing is once you start trying this, you just see shots all over the place. And from this angle, I see this beautiful window. It's like a frame within a frame. Let me show you what that looks like. And I love this scene here. Fantastic. It's so symmetrical. We might have issues with the dynamic range. I'm in the shadows, and then behind me we have all sun. Now I'm shooting an S-Log3. That's going to give me more dynamic range, and hopefully I can expose for the scene. But if I can't, I'll go black and white, and it should look fantastic. And we just kind of continue to frame things up. And again, you can kind of see it looks different, similar. It's all about just looking for the creative angle, having fun, and giving it a go. Another thing that is really fun and rewarding is to take inspiration from movies, commercials, whatever it is, and then do your best to recreate the scene you loved. For example, Narcos Mexico and this beautiful bokeh in this photo. I wanted to create the same shot when I was in El Paso, Texas, and bingo, great photos, great video. I wish I would have spent more time, and I think this is one of the reasons I really love this idea of it's close to home, it's in one day, and so on, because I've mapped out a bunch of locations that have kind of a similar outlook, overlook, city lights, bokeh, blurred out look, and I can create it here in Denver, Colorado, Golden area, and I can return to the location again and again and get comfortable, because one of the things that happens is when you're on vacation, it's your first time and it's really hard to nail what you're after. Now, some of these shots were filmed with a 24mm, some a 50mm, and lastly an 85mm f1.8, which really gave me the best bokeh blurred out background. It's really all about, again, experimenting, and what's so cool is you can do the same thing with your iPhone, cinematic mode, give it a shot and see what you like. You may not like the artificial blurred out background, or you may. And I don't think it really matters. A lot of people get so hung up with, oh, I don't want to like use this or do this, or you shouldn't do that. If it makes you happy and you like the image, perfecto. One of the things that can be really fun is to really leverage a number of different shots, like plan out your shot. Maria right now is shooting this beautiful walkway into the golden, beautiful afternoon light, and that's fantastic. But another thing we can do is we can go ahead and we can frame things up with candid moments, moments at dinner, moments when someone's not expecting you to press record. Can be fun and just add a lot of dynamic elements to your video. Now, one of the things I've had to get comfortable with, and most YouTubers do, is the imperfections that we experience along the way. It can be frustrating to no end. But one of the things I've found is by filming multiple times and being okay with that, It allows me to create something I'm more comfortable with. Same thing can be said when it comes to B-roll. Capturing a scene multiple times, different angles, gives me so much leeway and opportunity later when I'm putting things together in the edit. Now, one last thing, and that's this video on the screen now. Check out that video to learn more about shooting cinematic and to possibly grow your YouTube channel. I'll see you there. You can do something with your life. You can click one of these videos on the screen now, or whatever, but it's over. It's done.